Welcome to Political Roundtable, a platform where we discuss politics, governance, and community development. When we look at issues that matters to the people, issues that are of concern to the people. And you know that they say democracy is a government of the people, for the people, and by the people. And today, we'll be looking at a very critical issue that also have to do with the people, representation. Who represents you in the parliament? Who represents you at the House of Commons, where issues are discussed that concerns you as a people, as a community? And to help me discuss that, to look at issues of governance, especially when it has to do with legislative issues, where people's concerns, people's needs, people's agitations, and what they feel government should do for them is being deliberated, is being discussed, and especially narrowing down to Calabar Municipality and Cross River State as a whole. And to help me look into this matter, discuss this, is someone that many of us, I think, you know this face, and he's a face of the people. So we are talking about the people today, and he's no other one but Honorable Stanley Nsemo, the Living Stone.
Thank you
Welcome
so much.
to the program, sir.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
Yes, okay, so we're looking at people.
Okay.
And this government is the people's first government.
Okay.
And the work you do in government has to do with the people. You speak for the people. You speak their mind. You represent them.
Yes.
And let me use the word, you do their biddings to an extent.
To an extent.
Well, I don't know how true that is. Do you really do the biddings of your people?
I mean, for all intents and purposes, what we're elected for is to represent the needs and the yearnings of our constituents, and obviously that comes with a lot of intricacies, but by and large, we do speak for the people. We do engage with people. I know that in municipality, one of the things that I've tried to do is to identify the areas of needs that people have, and then bring that to the table and bring that to the house and discuss that either at the executive session or the plenary, or work with my other members to create laws that will, alleviate those things. Now, that does not mean that we don't have areas where we are lacking with regards to what the people want. The thing about laws is that they take time. Yeah, they take time from when it's a bill to when it's enacted, becomes a law, to when it goes to the governor for the signing, and then implementation. This is not the implementation process that most people don't have the time for. So yes, to answer your question, yes, we do take the yearnings of our people to the floor of the house in one way or the other. Sometimes it's not even to the floor, it's through lobbying, just having one-on-one with the executive branch, being able to pull on the resources that we have on the executive branch to get those things done, like maybe a transformer. I meet with the DG of the State Education Agency, is a good friend of mine, Francis Eko, so I can call him and speak with him about that. I'm like, okay, you do have transformers on the ground, can you bring that? If it's road, I can speak with the Commissioner for Works and be like, there are issues in this road and this road. And also, we can also put them in the budget. That's another way we can put them. When they come for their budget defense, we can speak to them about concerns and make sure those concerns are looked into, into the budget. So the funding is already in the budget. So once you know the funding is in the budget,
So you now do your follow-up.
you can follow up with the executive to make sure it's
Now,
actualized.
talking about doing the biddings of the people, it reminds me of a little story I heard where someone went to his own community and discovered that they don't have water.
Yes.
So they go very far to the stream to fetch water. And he decided to dig boreholes all over the community, as many boreholes as he can or as he could. And after digging the boreholes, making sure water was running into all the houses in the community, and he went back to the city. So some years later he came back. He saw that all the boreholes were shut. They were not using them, and he was like, what's going on? People didn't have water. I provided water, and you know water. They said that was not what we needed. So he saw the lack of water, but the people saw housing. They didn't have enough house. So a man with maybe 2-3 children and his wife will be living in one room. And the only time they had to make out time with his wife was when the children have gone to fish water in the stream because of the distance. So him coming to make water available, the man did not have time
to make out.
So they had to shut the boreholes and make sure the children still goes to the stream
so that they can have some time, alone time.
So when you are representing your people and making these speaking for them, as you keep saying, do you consult them to know what their exact needs are, so that you'll not be providing boreholes meanwhile they needed more accommodation, more space for privacy in their houses?
I mean, for me and for every representative, I believe there are some basic amenities that are needed. So one of the things I've learned in the last 3 years is to focus on things that are more beneficial to the many versus the needs of one person.
So you major on the major,
yes, and not on the minor. What happens when you major on the minor? For instance, if you major on giving someone money to make out or whatever the case may be, what you've done is that you've helped one person, which is good. I mean, everyone that you can reach is a good thing in life. Just not even just politics, in life in general. Anyone that you can help is a good thing. But putting a borehole somewhere, to the example that I have a different experience that I can share with you. I live in Diamond, so it's just down the road from my house. There's a compound where they used to give. They have over, I think maybe about 50 to 60 people, tenants living in that compound. And one of the issues that I noticed that every morning they get queue up, and then there's a massive tank that was done by water board in those days there, and all those issues. And then there's a man as well, a well-to-do man that gives them water every Friday.
Okay, just once a week.
Once a week, every Friday. So what I did was that I created a mechanism where they can get water every day. And what I noticed is that the people, that is what they really wanted. Now, having satisfied that want of theirs, they've come to me with other things. Wow. Which is natural. No, I mean, the human wants are insatiable. Yeah, and we understand because of the state the nation is right now. There's so many things that were not done that need to be done. I always say government presence is the most important thing in democracy, because that is what makes your democracy work. That's what even makes you feel like you need to participate in that democracy. If you're participating in democracy and the so-called dividends of democracy is just rice.
And that's what we are saying.
Or rice.
That's
or rice or petty cash. Then,
it's rice.
Yeah.
When we complain of bad roads, you give us rice. When we complain of hunger, you give us rice. When we complain of lack of education, you give us rice.
What you don't even understand is that the politicians are human beings, and that rice that you're not talking about, I'll give you a good example. Like in December, most politicians, our houses are inundated with people for rice. If you go and do a project at that time and you don't do the rice, they will tell you didn't do the rice.
Wow.
They will tell you to. They will tell you, and that's not to speak. That's not to say that you can't do both.
Does this confirm the fact that because people keep saying that politicians are very smart, they keep the people hungry so that they keep coming to them, they keep depending on them, and just like you're saying, so if a man had maybe instead of doing the road, you provided jobs. Instead of doing the road, you provided skills for those who don't have the qualification for jobs. And with these jobs and skills and trainings you've provided, the empowerment you've done, because most times we believe that empowerment is keke, empowerment is minibus, empowerment is tricycles and all those stuff, which at the end of the day they sell off these things. In short, the last empowerment of keke and minibus, I was a first-hand witness. I saw it with my 2 eyes, where about 30 of those kekes were decoupled and packaged into a trailer in this Calabar and sent out of the state.
Okay.
So, and you call that empowerment because the person, let's say, that person
not to interrupt you, but who is to blame? Okay, so if the question that runs in my mind
Is the selection process.
Okay, the selection of the people that are
exact the beneficiaries.
are the people being selected
I
less
don't know how they were
less
selected.
perseverant than those that were not selected?
Now it is the needs assessment.
Okay, here is the issue. To the crux of what you said, politicians. At least I speak for myself, and I speak for the man who and the assembly that I represent, and some of the politicians that I know within the state, especially His Excellency Senator Bassey Otu. These are people who are not out to impoverish people. That is not what we have set out to do. What we're trying to do is manage two situations at the same time. Like I said, the needs and wants of people are diverse. So while you are trying to create jobs and create infrastructure, you have to also feed. In the Efik language, what they say is so it's easy for you to, the same thing I believe about churches. I believe in a church, while you're preaching the gospel, you need to find a way to also feed the physical while you're feeding the spiritual. Both things go hand in hand. So where there is a lack, that is where you have issues, and that is what we're trying to bridge right now. We recognize the issues. We recognize the decay in infrastructure. We recognize the decay in the health sector. We recognize the decay in education. We recognize all those things, and those things weren't done. The decay did not happen in one day, and fixing it will not take 3 years. But as long as we are on the right track, and that means every good government should be able to, while you're taking care of the infrastructural needs, also cater to the social needs. So there's a two-way highway, and both of those things need to be done simultaneously.
Okay. So a few years back, Stanley Nsemo was in the executive arm of government.
Yes.
Handled CRISA.
Yes.
Handled C.
Yeah.
And some other agencies of government.
Just those two, please.
Just those two. Okay. Then, before now, I was in the private sector.
I was in the private sector, yes.
Then now, currently you're the legislative arm of government. Comparing these two, executive and legislative, which one do you think gives you more, let's say, right or opportunity to do what is in your mind?
This is a question that has been top of mind for me for the last 3 years. I've given about 10 or more years of my life to public service. Like you said, right, I came from the private sector, and the private sector was a bit more delineated in terms of what my expectations were from my employees and from my associates. Coming into the public sector, I've found that the expectations that I have of myself and expectations that people have of me are diverse and numerous. Some of them are genuine, and some are things that are impossible, things that I might never be able to do. So what I do as a human being is focus on the things that I can't do. And then, so for me, being in the executive gave me an opportunity to enact quickly, or to act quickly. So there's a problem on my table, it is within my power to do something about it immediately, especially if it's in the sector. When I was in CRISA, with regards to the outdoor sector, what I was able to achieve was sanity within the outdoor sector. I was able to bring investors into the state. I was able to streamline.
Those investors, are they still investing?
Of course. I believe the man that is there right now is doing a fantastic job. He's been able, if you go around, obviously you see the outdoor sector is fully engaged. That's usually a good thing. That means, because most of this, we call them by media buy, most of these media buys takes place in Lagos. So for your state or for your city to be placed in one of the places that those adverts will be displayed is a good thing. It shows that there is some sort of foot traffic, and the eyeballs are there, and then the purchasing power also is there. So these are things that Calabar did not have, Cross River did not have. Even when I was in Lagos doing advertising, whenever you're looking at cities, you're looking at top cities, you're looking at Lagos, Port Harcourt, Ibadan to an extent. Lagos, Port Harcourt, Kaduna, Abuja, then they will look at Enugu. Then in the west, if you're out of Lagos, the Ibadan will come in. And then before they come to Calabar, they will probably consider Uyo. But now, Calabar is receiving the traction that we deserve. which is kudos to the DG, what he's been able to achieve. And when I was at sea, the same thing. We were able to create electricity networks across the northern senatorial district. The same issues that the new DG is facing is the issues that we faced, which is that there's a lot of vandalization in that sector. So you can put a transformer, you can build a substation today and give it to a community. Even before you commission that substation, people have gone to vandalize it. So that's why we speak, especially in that sector and other sectors. We talk about the social corporate responsibility, not just from the corporate side, but also from the social side, which means the community must
take ownership.
Yes, they must own government projects. That's another issue when we talk about water. The pipes that were installed at the time those pipes were bought, the dollar was like maybe 1 naira to 160. Now the dollar is 1 naira to 1,000 and something. So that infrastructure that you look at and that is easily vandalized, it will cost more money now to replace those things. And those are the issues. Those are some of the issues that we have within those communities. So we're not saying government is not alive to its responsibility. We understand the issues that we have as a government, but we also are appealing to the communities to take ownership of government, because it is at the end of the day, it is your money. It is your money.
They are the last beneficiaries.
It is your. If there is no light or there is no water, it is your responsibility at the end to safeguard those things. If not, you will have issues. It would take, even if government is meant to replace it, but remember that there are other places that haven't had the benefit of even having those amenities. So government needs to also touch those places. There are places in Calabar Municipality that cannot even boast of what you're talking about. Like you say, road. There are places that don't. So if we build a road today, or we build a network of wires, or you put street lights and you vandalize them, if I had the opportunity, I'll go to those places that we haven't reached.
You not come back.
I'll touch the people that we haven't reached.
Okay.
That's just my own. Okay. I'll touch the people that have not been reached yet.
From your statements, you prefer to be in the executive arm of government because it gives you the speed to reach out to the people faster than the legislative arm of government.
This journalist is now some put things for people person mouth. I did not say I prefer to be the executive arm of government.
Okay.
I prefer to be able to reach as many people as I can, and that's where I was coming to. What I was trying to say was the executive, things move a bit faster, but in the legislative, things last longer.
To do some lobbying.
Not even the lobbying. So whatever impact that you have on society in the legislative is a long-lasting impact. So you're creating laws that will outlive you. Whereas in the executive, most of the things that you're doing will last maybe 4 years or 8 years, if at all. If there's a new policy.
The roads may outlive you.
The roads will outlive you, but the law that protects and gives the funding, for maintenance of that road will outlast that road. Because it is the law that creates a foundation for that.
Most times
it can be repealed. The law is a living being.
They amend the law.
It can be bad if the funding cannot be. They will not. At least you must fund. So those things are things that are important.
Okay.
The funding comes first.
Okay.
Even if you build a road has how many kilometers, at the end of the day, there must be maintenance. Must be good maintenance culture, and that comes from the law. The law must provide for that.
Let's look at the 10th Assembly,
yes,
which you are a member in,
yes,
and a very critical member.
No, I am not a ranking member. I'm not
I
a
know
principal officer.
That's why I use.
I'm just a member, a floor member,
a critical member, and you've been in several committees,
yes,
maybe because of your finesse, your level of intelligence, and maybe your exposure. So, will you say that the 10th Assembly is a rubber stamp assembly?
What is the rubber stamp? I mean, when I hear people use that term, rubber stamp, it bemuses me and it amazes me at the same time. The reason is this: the legislative arm of government is check and balance, so they go hand in hand. We check and we balance. The checking is to make sure that what the executive is doing is correct. The balance is working with the executive to make sure that what they are doing is correct.
Smooth.
So there is a relationship that must be put in a fine, defined.
That relationship, is it Symbiotic.
It must be symbiotic.
So
When it's symbiotic in the sense that we're co-equal parts of government.
Because there was a time that there was this rumor that the executive is not taking care of the legislature.
Like I said, we're co-equal.
It's not taking care of it.
The executive not taking care of.
Exactly.
Do I look like someone that has not been taken care of? I don't even understand what that phrase means, taken care of.
Okay,
Whatever.
That's some of your requests to the executive were not granted. Some of your needs. There was a time people needed official vehicles.
We have official vehicles.
There was a time. That's what I'm saying. There was a time you needed official vehicles were not given. You needed this. Your apartments, the quarters was not in good shape. There was no light. People were owing NEPA bill. Even the assembly itself did not have good power supply. So there was a time that people went on recess deliberately because of power supply. There are times where you'll be in the assembly, in the chamber, and power will go off. People have to close your session. Or sometimes they will say 30 minutes more before the job will go off, and people have to just round up in 30 minutes time just to meet up with the power supply and all that.
See, that's the amazing thing.
There have been this epileptic situation
in the assembly.
Now
let me.
Do you think, and even in the midst of all this, people were still churning out bills upon bills, and 90% of those bills were executive bills.
Okay.
But so
not 90%, but yeah, but I'll take that as a guesstimation on your part.
Okay, why I'm saying so? As of last year, people had churned out about 30 something to 40 bills,
okay,
and about 30 of those bills were executive bills.
No, your figures are wrong. However, I understand the point that you're making, and let me answer your question again. The 10th Assembly has been a very blessed assembly. The reason why we've been blessed is that the working relationship between the assembly itself, the principal officers, the speaker, and the ESCO, the executive, His Excellency, has been quite good. First and foremost, His Excellency is a lawmaker. And one of the funny things that he always says to us is that he's the 26th member. And we even have a 27th member. The 27th member is the deputy governor, who is someone who has come from that same assembly. Yeah. So it's easy for us to take our requests to them. Now, let me take you back to what I said. And it would seem I would need to reiterate this because it seems to be a Nigerian problem. Things don't change in a second. If vehicles are requested for and it takes 3 months to go through the procurement process of getting those vehicles, then let them do it. We are the ones that created these laws. We cannot bypass the law. So if someone says that the executive did not provide, let me finish.
It took more than a year.
Let me answer the question. I'm using 6 months as
3 months. Is it 3 months?
Even if it's 1 year, if the procurement process takes that long, then it takes that long. So you do not. So another thing is that when you're going to the governor to ask for things, we are human beings and we understand the financial state of the state. We understand the issues with this because we see the budget. We see how the budget is handled. We see how the finances are handled.
And you pad the budget.
And we pass the budget. So
pad the budget.
No, we don't do budget padding. We don't.
Sure?
For the first time in any state in Nigeria, this assembly is one of the few assemblies that actually reduces its budget at the time.
Reduces.
Yeah, the budget's about to be amended again. Because if we see that there's money lying somewhere that it's not going to be used, the executive will say to us, let us review and bring down the cost of this governance. And that's what we did it last year. We can go and check it. We passed a law to reduce, I think from it was about 500 something billion to 400 or 300 something billion. I'm not sure of the exact figure, but it was done last year, and I'm sure it's going to be done this year as well. So we don't give budget just for budgeting's sake. Now, in terms of the welfare of the assembly, in terms of our remunerations, our overheads are paid for the first time in a very long time. We are paid on time. There was a time where members would go for even 3 months, 4 months without their overhead. Now we get our overheads
on time.
We get our heads on time. We get provisions for 1 staff or 2 staff, as you might decide. I mean, depending on how you want to split the money. You can have 1 or 2, at a minimum of 1 staff. So you can have 2 legislative aides. And then in terms of the quarters are something that already was suffering from dilapidation, towards care. So what has happened now is light in the quarters, water, again, vandalism.
in the quarters.
Again, vandalism is
And
one
there
of
are
the
no securities
issues.
in the quarters.
There are securities in the quarters, but again, vandalism is something that happens everywhere. So I know that the power issue has been sorted out in the quarters. I was in the quarters.
In the assembly complex.
Now I'm proud to say that we are owners of solar power, so we don't have those epileptic issues that you spoke about. Now, what again is the procurement system in the States. That is what I will say to you. So when issues are identified, it will take a little bit of time, and while that is going on, we cannot say that we will not do our work. Well, if we're having power issues, we will not say that we'll not do our work. We will also not overburden the executive, because the needs of the people in terms of infrastructure is bigger than our needs. So when it comes to our needs, we usually set ourselves aside and allow the needs of the people to overtake our needs, because at the end of the day, we are their representatives. So allow us for what you call epileptic or lack of how did you put it, is what we call working with the government to make sure we get a result with what is on ground, and that is important. Everybody must sacrifice. If I don't have a car for a year, that is okay.
Was this?
It's not a big deal for me.
In that period of 1 year or thereabout, just about 1 year after you came into office, and all these things were not working.
No, not all these things. That's a bad representation.
Yes,
saying that. No, let me clarify that. Let me clarify that, so that, because I know where you're going to. Let me clarify that before you go there. If you allow me clarify that.
Yes. When I land.
No. If I clarify this, you might not need to land. What I'm trying to say, in that 1 year, even you, when I came in here, it took you at least 10 to 20 minutes to set up.
Okay.
So there is always a setup time. When you enter into the assembly, as we did, there was a setup time where we needed to understand, especially since 20 members
were
fresh members. So it will take some time for setup to occur, and that setting up, again, it's a sacrifice.
Okay.
When you let me take you to an example. Wait now. Let me take you to an example.
20 out of 25 members were freshers. They didn't understand the operation of the system.
Let me take you to an example that I have. If I give you this example, to answer your question, I know where you're going to.
Mr. Speaker. So is it because they were freshers and they didn't understand the workings of the house, and they didn't understand that time was needed for all these things to be put in place, and they were agitated and they attempted to impeach Mr. Speaker?
The issues that the Assembly has within itself are issues that will always be sorted out within the Assembly. The reason why...
At that point, which camp were you?
Which camp? I'm always in the camp of the Assembly. That is the camp. we don't have a camp for or against.
Okay.
What we
you usually have a camp.
What we have a camp.
When the Speaker wants to hit his gravel, he also says the ayes and the yeas. So if you are against this motion, you say ayes.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying now.
So there's always
the camp of the people of Cross River State. Which camp are we on?
Or nay.
With regards to the issues that surrounded the House for the first year, to clarify, so because it's a serious issue that shouldn't be swept under the carpet. In any fledgling democracy, there must be conversations.
Okay.
So we are not a perfect union, and we can never be a perfect union. Even marriages that is ordained by God is not a perfect union. And when you do not allow us have a learning curve, when you do not allow us, afford us the opportunity to learn, you are taking away a very fundamental right that we have, not just as human beings, but also as lawmakers. We must have conversations and disagreements. That is normal. But what is important and what should be cardinal in all of this is the fact that that conversation that we had has brought out a more
formidable,
not just even formidable, a more effective union.
Okay.
And isn't that what you want as a person from Cross River State? Isn't that what you want? Effective representation. And then if you stop us from having those conversations, then you're asking us to be what you said we were, a rubber stamp. So it seems that you're asking us to be two separate things. In one hand, you're asking us to be rubber stamp. In another hand, you're asking us not to be rubber stamp. And then when we have conversations that are a bit controversial, you say, oh, that there's agitation. There's no agitation. It is conversation.
So what happened there was a conversation that was.
It is a conversation that happens in every union.
Okay.
What the
So
Igbo people say is that we are trying to get a better.
It seems to me
union.
that you are enjoying yourself now that you are in the legislation, in the House of Assembly, than when you were in the executive.
You still want to compare and contrast the executive and the legislative. They are two separate parts.
Because
let me ask you.
Why I'm asking is, you've done 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
You are left with about 1 year.
Yes.
And you want to go back for a second term.
Mm-hmm.
What did you forget?
What did I forget in the house? Technically, we don't forget things, but what I have brought is knowledge and understanding of the system.
You want to consolidate on it.
And it's not just consolidation. This is the way, and it's the same thing. It's like if I were hiring you, again, from my private sector experience, there is looking at your curriculum vitae. What I would look at is to see your experience, isn't it? Those are the things I would look to see if I was hiring you. Can you do the job that I'm asking you to do? Do you have the requisite experience? What you gain in your first term as a lawmaker is experience. And the rules of the house, the way the house functions, technicalities of the house, the way things are done. It's the same thing with an executive branch of governance. When someone is a director in an agency or in an MDA, and the person rises up to become a commissioner, there is a kind of knowledge. That is why in the civil service, it's important for you to grow through the ranks. To rise through the ranks. There's an expectation that you have when you rise through the ranks. And when you want that, you would understand the way certain things work. That if you work with a seasoned civil servant, you will understand what I'm saying. They
so finally,
those.
Before I let you go, how many bills have you brought to the house?
Okay.
Now, most times politicians say, I'll sponsor 10 bills, 15 bills, 20 bills, and people don't get to know the levels of those bills.
Okay.
And or the stages or the status of those bills. And most of those bills that were sponsored were thrown out.
Well, okay.
You understand? Because there's the first stage,
the technical terms you're using. You see, that's what I'm saying. It's important for me to go back, because imagine if you went to the assembly now with all this on technical terms.
Okay. So most of those bills were not assented to, were rejected. So did not scale through.
So how many laws have I successfully?
Exactly. Okay. How many have scaled through? How many have been assented to?
If it's a law, then it has scaled through. So what I would say, for me, let me start by saying this. For me, the assembly, even before I went to the assembly, I was looking at more of a reform. I think we have too many laws in our books. I think what we need to look at is how we can make those laws work. A lot of those laws are laws that have been passed a long time ago, in the 70s and the 80s. The realities that we face as a people has changed, and we must change with those realities, and that means amending the laws. That's what I said about longevity of the work you've done in the legislative versus the immediate work that you do in the executive. So the reason why, so I've worked on 2 laws. I've been a part of about 6 different laws that have been passed and assented to by His Excellency. The law that I am most proud of, motions, I can't count how many motions I've done, more than 10. I've been a part of more than 10 or 20 motions and sponsored a few motions. But the one I'm particularly pleased with, one of the law it's a law that established the Office of the Surveyor General and gave power to the Office of the Surveyor General to be able to guard our integrity, territorial integrity, which is what has afforded us the opportunity to recover or to be on the path of recovering our oil wells. So that's something I'm really proud of that I've worked with. I've worked very close with the Office of the Surveyor General and the Land Cluster, being the chairman of the Committee on Lands and Housing. So I've been able to work very closely with them, and we've been able to do a lot of work in that sector. And I must give credit to His Excellency. When you say something is an executive bill, when it comes to the House, we still need to work on it. You still need to go through a public hearing, an interface, and a conversation. I'm so glad you were in the House yesterday, so you saw the conversations that were taking. Yes, the conversations that were taking place. It is important to have those conversations. It is important, especially when you're dealing with diverse opinions and diverse needs and wants of people. So that's one of the things that this assembly has done under the speakership of Albert Ayambe. It has created a medium where the people's voices is being heard, and we're able to measure that with the expectations of the people.
It seems you like the leadership of the speaker.
I like the leadership of the speaker because I think
in your second term, he's going back for a third term.
I will have my vote.
Will you want him to still remain as the speaker?
If the speaker, if he contests for the next term, he, of course, he's very qualified.
3 years after Governor Bassey Otu, how do you assess him?
Wow. Again, I think one thing that I was close to the last governor, close to this governor. One thing I've noticed with this governor is he's a bit more, I think the word I need to use is intentional. The former governor, Ayade, was a big dreamer, and dreams are important. Dreams are what creates opportunities in the world, are what creates innovation. Senator Prince Bassey Otu is more of an administrator. He's more of a man that sits down. That man reads every single thing you take to him. Like, he literally reads every single thing you take to him. If you walk into his office, sometimes I wonder how he manages it. You see piles of communication that he has to go through, and if you send any communication to him, he will read it. Don't think that you can hide something in the paper and take to him. You don't. And he has an open door access policy to that's why when you were saying that the assembly was not treated right, I was wondering, because the governor has an open door policy with the assembly members. If you want to see the governor, if he's in town and he's not busy, within a day or two you will see the governor. That's for assembly members. We have, even with the chief of staff, we have an open door policy. They see us. And what that affords us is the lobbying part of our business that I'm talking about. Whereas my community may need this, I can put it as a bill, as a motion, but I can also do a letter as a request and take it to His Excellency, and he can approve that letter, and that will bring about immediate change. So he affords us also. I can tell you loads of examples. Right now, because there's an erosion problem going on there. I took it to the chief of staff myself, and have been directed to the Commissioner of Works. The Commissioner of Works is going to start working on and looking at it. So those are things that we're talking about. That's access to the executive, and that's why I said they are co-equal branches, check and balance themselves.
Thank you very much, Honorable Stanley Nsemo, for your time.
Thank you for all the tough and intriguing questions.
It's been an exciting moment with you, and it's been an expository moment too. And I believe that some of the time when we invite you, you still come around.
Well, if you invite me, I will come around, but I'm hoping we'll have less intense conversations.
Yes, we will have conversations that are beneficial to the people.
No, we're always ready to speak.
We are here for the people.
We're always ready to speak.
All right, so for those watching us, this is a Political Roundtable with Ukorebi Esien, and we'll be discussing with Honorable Stanley Nsemo, who represents Calabar Municipality constituency at the 10th Assembly, Cross River State House of Assembly. And a lot have been said, a lot have been discussed. I just believe that what has been said and discussed are things that will be beneficial to the people. And God bless Cross River State. See you some other time.
God bless municipality too.